$1,000 legal matter, wouldn't you seek an attorney to assist you with that? But when it comes to buying houses, people think they can navigate the process alone. And I'm telling you, that can cost you more. Last year I bought that beautiful red Mercedes out there. Now, getting an oil change for Mercedes is very different than getting an oil change for my other car that I had, a Sonata. Now, I can Google, I can YouTube, I can look up how to change the oil on my car myself. Do I have the right to do that? And I have a right, and I probably could do it, but could I probably do it wrong? Even with all the DIY, all the information, all the video, I could still do it wrong. And do you know, by me doing it wrong, it would cost me more to fix my wrong than if I had gone to a professional who knew how to do it right. That's the same thing with real estate. I can't tell you how many calls we get after the fact that someone has gotten themselves into a situation because they did not have a realtor, and then they want to call us and help them get it out of it.
Closing costs are typically 4 to 5% of the purchase price. So if the purchase price is $200,000, the closing costs are usually about $7 to $8 grand. The down payment is roughly 3.5%, $7,880, somewhere in that neighborhood. So when you combine those two together, that's how you come up with your down payment and your closing costs. So the advantage of the grant program will give you 3 to 4% of the amount that's needed, whether it's down payment or closing costs. You use that money to minimize the amount that you need to bring to the table. And if the seller is giving you 2 points or 3 points, that also can go into the equation of lowering the amount that you need, along with the earnest money deposit that you put in.
It's not a good idea, because what would happen is the temperature with copper and aluminum wiring is different. So what we found was aluminum wiring, as it heats, it has the potential to work its way away from that lug on that breaker or on that outlet on that switch, creating an arcing and sparking effect, which unfortunately sometimes burn the house down. Now, there's things we'll talk about if we ever see that on your home inspection. So there's ways around that. But my point is, and these are just basic things I'm talking about, but there's a multitude of things that an experienced home inspector will know what to look for. And equally important, we want you on our inspections because we want to be able to explain to you what you're buying.
Always encourage that you kind of take a note of all your stuff, because more of an issue is you remembering what you had. Right. If you had a theft or a fire, what did I have? What did they steal? You know, so kind of, we encourage people to take a little camera around the house and take a note for yourself so you remember. But when you move into the house, make note of the things that you have. But no, they'll come out, like I said, unless it's theft, you get a police report. They figuring you're not gonna lie to the police, so you get a police report and you say I had, so many items. Right. But if it's a high-end item, that's when we get to the point of scheduling it. This one my neighbor's son didn't have, loss of use coverage. So this like a rental, rental car. If you have a car accident, they give you a rental car. If you have a claim in your house, they give you, not another house, but they give you somewhere else to stay until your house is able to be moved back into. And that goes for every one of these. If you're buying a house, renting a house, buying a condo, if you're renting out to someone, they give you fair market rent. So
the son now was entitled to that property, but it was the mother's estate that sold the property. Oh. You have an invalid transfer. Oh. So they've been in the house for 18 years that they don't legally own. They don't rightfully own. Wow. And they didn't get an owner's policy, so they have no coverage. So now they have to hire attorneys to go to court and do actions to quiet title. It's going to cost them thousands and thousands of dollars, and who knows how long it's going to take to get this resolved. These things happen. I've seen prior liens, like mortgages, from owners 2 links back in the chain. The company's out of business. We can see that they've been paid off, but if it hasn't been released in record, the title company can't insure it. They don't have an owner's policy. They're stuck. These things happen. So you don't want to purchase a home without having yourself covered, because if something does come up, it's going to cost you an enormous amount to get it corrected, whereas you could have had this title policy that's protecting you wrapped into your transaction. So just something to think about on the back end, not trying to scare you into it. It is optional. Definitely a calculated risk if you don't get it, but I've seen horror stories that's going to say whenever you purchase a home, get that owner's policy. I'm the type, I've never put a policy on a car, gap insurance, anything like that. I'm an investor. I have owners and policies on every property I have. I would not purchase a home without it. It's not worth the risk.
I attended the Homebuyers Workshop with United Real Estate Executive, and as a real estate agent, I found the workshop to be very informative. We were able to see all the different players and all the different components of a real estate transaction and how each one plays a part and what their role is, and even seeing it from both sides of the transaction, from the buyers or the sellers aspect, and also from the agents aspect. And just being an agent and I just learned a lot of things of what I need to know, what I need to be able to communicate to my clients. It was very informative. I asked a lot of questions all the time, and I could have easily taken over this whole workshop. But I want to leave a lot of questions, leave time for the other attendees. A lot of home first-time home buyers are interested in buying a home. So it was very, very, very informative, and I look forward to coming back and going through this again and inviting anybody that I can, because it was very helpful.
Would you recommend this event to another person?
I'm sorry?
Would you recommend this event to another person?
Yes, absolutely. I would recommend it to home buyers, potential home buyers, and I would recommend it to real estate agents. And I would also say that it's never too early to start the process. As a matter of fact, the earlier the better. Even when you're not ready is the time to start the process. So yes, I had a wonderful time.
Hi, my name is Bianca Cunningham. I'm a kindergarten teacher for Baltimore County Public Schools, and this is my second time attending one of the free home buyer workshops. The reason that I came is because I wanted to learn the process, and I've actually gone to one or two others in my past, but I've never seen one like this where there was actually a representative from each part of the process that literally walked you through it from beginning to end. And it's cool because they always give you like stress balls or little pins or goodies and stuff, so that's another good reason to come as well. But more importantly, it gives you a visual of what the process is like step by step. And so I will definitely be attending again, because even though you get your information your first time, you'll always learn something new.
Would you recommend this event to someone else?
I definitely would. I would recommend it. I was talking with Miss Brenda. I definitely think this should be in high schools and middle schools. I feel like young children should already be thinking about what it's like. And I think that this should be also meeting up with the school districts and the schools to try to have some sort of partnership on how home buying makes a connection to the current curriculums that we have in the system right now.
Hi, I'm Indira Key. I'm a new real estate agent.
Being a newly licensed agent, how did this Home Buyers Workshop assist you or encourage or empower you in attending today?
It gave me a good insight into the step-by-step of the whole process, so that when I'm working with new clients, I can educate them and help them out even better than I could before.
Okay. And after having bought your home last year, can you see the value in someone attending a workshop compared to when you first attended one years ago and then going to this one? Would it make sense for them to come and see it more than one time?
Yes, it definitely gave me a better understanding and greater appreciation for the process, because it's a lot of things that you don't know that goes into buying a home and all the paperwork and all those details. So it was very educational.
But we are so glad that you were able to make it out this morning, and we look forward to you having a successful and wonderful and prosperous career in your real estate business.
Hi, I'm Eric Smalls. I am with Goosehead Insurance. I am a personal lines home and auto insurance agent, a broker that can shop around for the best rates and the best coverage for your new home that you're purchasing. Here at the United Real Estate Executives Home Buying Seminar, had a phenomenal event, a lot of great education. And the thing I like most about the seminar was the wealth of knowledge that a person can get from all the various persons that are involved in the home buying process. Even if you're looking to buy a year or two from now or next week, it's always good to get educated, meet a lot of different people, get a lot of different perspectives. We are definitely making sure that you have that information. The best way to reach me is phone 410-808-1447. I am on Facebook, LinkedIn as well, and you can also visit my website, ericsmalls@goosehead.com, and you can email me, eric.smalls@goosehead.com.